Yeah, Royce, can you kind of just take us through the last 24 hours from your perspective of getting ready to play such a unique game and all that went into sort of these really quick preparations?
I mean, definitely throwing a curveball, but we just had a scramble to get something going, preparing to go into this game. I mean, just trying to game plan to get something offensively going, strategize, and I mean, just put something together.
Next one, Brandon.
Royce, did you want to throw any passes? Was there an opportunity, or were there any calls where you had the opportunity to potentially throw it, or was that just never really in the cards?
Yeah, I think we had a combination of all types of things. There was some plays where I would have been able to throw a pass or two, but I think just dealing with the situation at hand just didn't come up. But we had a variation of different type of plays, and the coaching staff offensively did a good job of last minute putting the game plan together to give us a chance to go out there and play.
Next one, Ryan Island.
Hey, Royce, knowing that you're going to run it, how difficult was it just to get a couple yards against this defense today?
I mean, they're a tough defense regardless, but our O-line definitely held their ground. I mean, they had fighting all the way through. And I told them after the game, I'm so appreciative for them that they didn't give up. And they went out there and fought to the end. And that especially like being put in a position, running Wildcat or handing the ball off, running it at quarterback, it definitely made me feel confident, especially running behind the O-line that we have.
Next one, Troy.
Royce, you guys have become such a close team over the last few months, given a lot of stuff you guys have gone through. With the quarterbacks being disciplined the way they were, kind of what is the feeling of a teammate toward them? Is it kind of like, man, it seems like a kind of a tough deal, or how do teammates feel toward the quarterbacks that were sidelined?
Yeah, we don't feel any type of way towards them, man. I honestly think that it's just a tough situation to be in. I mean, we know where their hearts are, and we know that they would have loved to be out there with us. And honestly, great group of guys. And I mean, sometimes things just happen, sometimes things come up, and we can't hold it against them. And once we were able to get them back, I mean, open arms, and those are our brothers. I mean, they pretty sure, like I said earlier, they wanted to be out there with us, but we just dealt with the situation at hand.
Thanks for learning.
Hey, Royce, they probably couldn't have been a worse opponent for you guys to face in this situation. They're second in the league in the run defense. Wondering what you saw, knowing that you're going to be running the ball, doing the Wildcats against this team. Secondly, have you ever been in a game like this in college or high school where it was not the air show that football usually is nowadays, but this kind of throwback to both sides just running and handing off a lot?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, we knew they were a tough defense coming in regardless. I mean, we knew they're going to be around the box, and they're a front and secondary, very physical. But like I said, we knew it was going to be a grind-out type of game regardless. So, I mean, knowing that both sides might run the ball heavy in the run game, just mentally preparing for that headed in. And I've never been a part of anything like this. I mean, this takes it all. No quarterbacks, and then going out there and playing quarterback and last-minute adjustments, against a great team like the Saints. Definitely something new, but it's just something that we had to battle through today.
It's time for a few more. Next one, Mark.
Kind of follow up on what you just said there. 2020's been a weird, strange, difficult year for us all. What was your first reaction when you were told you guys are going to have no quarterbacks for this game? How did that strike you?
I didn't know what to think. I mean, I've always heard, especially this year, you've heard of like games getting pushed back. You've heard of different things happening with the league and all the protocols. But my first initial thought was just wondering if we were going to be able to get them back for the game. And if not, then, I mean, what were we going to do? So, I mean, it's just something new. And, I mean, for both sides, I mean, probably throw a curveball. But like I said, we just handled the cards that what we were dealt today.
Final two, Eric and Lindsay.
Royce, a generic question for you. On a normal Saturday, what kind of things do you have left to do or perfect kind of during that walkthrough? And then what percentage of the game plan were you able to keep, if any?
I mean, most of the time it's going over protections and going over things with the O-line, little adjustments, maybe the curveballs that they might throw at you, and making sure you're sound on all the, the nuances and just the things that come out of left field. But going into yesterday, it's just able to keep some of the game plan, but we knew probably, it was probably going to be heavy on the run game. And we have great backs, and we have an O-line that definitely works and definitely moves the pile. So going into that, I mean, we all have confidence in each other, and that's what we leaned on.
Final one, Lindsey Jones.
Yeah, hi Ray. So what were those meetings like yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, and how involved were you and Phil in figuring out what your role could be, I guess, as Wildcat quarterbacks? How many hours do you think you guys spent figuring out what the playbook was going to look like?
Yeah, we spent a good amount of time going over, the new little the plays that we were going to put in, and like I said earlier, our staff did a great job of putting in, making it real concise for us to just go out there and play. And preparing for anything, whether me and Phil switched off or, one was leading the way. And then we also have Melvin, who's going to get his yardage as well, running behind our O-line. So at the end of the day, we were just trying to dial in as much as we could as far as game plan and simplify it and go out there and just play as hard as we could, because we knew it was going to be a tough defense regardless. But I'm hoping to go out there and do some things on the ground.